twins are a bad influence on you. Don't they have fleas? Mom, how could you be so rude? I wish that orphanage would just get closed already. How could they say something so cruel? I also stopped hanging out with my classmates and that upstart Christy. Those snobs only judged people for their looks. Angelica, you should learn how to use makeup. Someone could honestly mistake you for a guy. If only makeup made you smarter, Christy. One morning, I was going to school when I saw an envelope with a heart drawn on it on the porch. Inside it was a crumpled piece of paper with a really beautiful love poem. I often saw Sam writing something in his notebook. Could he be the author of the poem? When the class began, I quickly handed in the test, and I decided to reread the beautiful lines. Chocolate smell of your hair. Your eyes have sugary caramel color. That was so touching, but how was I supposed to tell Sam that I liked his brother? Mike was a pain in the butt, but the heart wants what it wants. Oh, I wished Mike would turn out to be the author of the poem. The teacher thought I was holding a cheat sheet and demanded that I read the poem out loud. I had to do it because I didn't want my parents to be called to the school again. Do you have a secret admirer? That's so boring. Think before you speak, you moron. When I got home, my parents told me that a new contest was going to take place in our city soon. Now it was clear why Christy had been so particularly nasty to me lately. She was afraid of losing to me again. And rightly so, my little star. We've already signed you up for it. Now choose a dress for your performance. Pink or, pink. Oh, I almost threw up when I thought about singing sweet songs again. I decided it was about time I told my parents the truth. Mom, Dad, I'm tired of being a good girl. I want to choose my clothes myself and play the guitar while I sing. My parents grabbed at their heads like that was the worst news they'd ever heard. A guitar? Are you a frickin' rock star? No way. No, I will not survive such a disgrace. Ugh, damn it, I had it with them. You don't want me to have a say in any of it? Then I won't participate in the contest at all. I slammed the door and I locked myself in my room. I wasn't gonna tolerate my parents' snobbery any longer. They shouted that my attitude was my terrible friend's fault. So I put on headphones and I fell asleep. The next day, I wanted to tell the twins about my fight with my parents after school. I climbed over the fence as usual, and I saw that all the kids were in the yard and looked gloomy. What's wrong? Is there a Sour Face Festival in town that I don't know about? Hi, Angelica. Bad news. Wow, if even Mike looked that miserable, then things really weren't great. It turned out that the land the orphanage was on belonged to someone else. Someone had filed a complaint to the tax office. And now, if the head of the orphanage didn't buy the land, it would be closed and all the kids would have to go to different boarding schools all over the country. Damn it, those poor guys. If I lost my friends, my heart would break into a million pieces. We can't give up. Let's brainstorm. How much money do we need? They won't tell us anything. Okay, so then we'll have to find out for ourselves. Sam volunteered to distract the head of the orphanage while Mike and I snuck into his office. While I was climbing through the window, my shoelace caught on something and I almost fell to the floor. Luckily, Mike caught me in time. Ah! I've got you. Our lips were dangerously close. We both blushed, but then my friend abruptly pushed me away. You're so clumsy. They could have hurt us. When would that rude moron realize that I liked him? We rummaged through the rooms a bit and found the documents that we were looking for. Yikes, that was a lot of money. How were we supposed to get it? I started thinking, and I remembered about my account. That was it. I'd won so many competitions, and it was time to use my winnings. I came to my parents, and I offered them a good deal. I'll participate in the contest like you want me to, but in return, you'll allow me to withdraw money from my account and use it to save the orphanage. Mom and Dad grimaced in disgust, but agreed. Hell yeah. I tried to gently reject Sam in between rehearsals because I didn't want to give him false hope. But each time I brought up the poem, Mike interrupted us. Hey, last one to reach the end of the street is a rotten potato. Okay, we could talk some other time. I wanted to turn Sam's poem into a song, so I tried to figure out the chords for it in the evening, and you know, the rest was beautiful. There were several stages of the talent contest. Showbiz stars were supposed to come to the final one. It was going to be broadcast on TV. The first stage wasn't that glamorous. Wow, There are so many participants this year. My parents noticed that, and Christy's did as well. That was why they decided that we should wear the same dress to stand out more. Ta-da! You will sing a duet, girls. Darling, take a picture of them. Aren't they cute? I felt like a pet monkey. Ugh. After the performance, I saw, were my eyes deceiving me? No, Christy really was crying. What's wrong? Did you get a blister or something? Screw you! Seriously, why are you crying? My parents are using me too, you know. I'm tired of being a good little girl. Wow, did you hear that? It turned out that Miss Plastic Brains wasn't completely dumb. She said that she wanted creative freedom too, but unlike me, she was too afraid to disobey her parents. You know, you have to stand up for yourself. How would you respect yourself otherwise? This is the last time I'm going on stage looking like this. I want to help my friends. Thank you. Your determination gives me confidence. And I'm sorry for all the nasty things I've done and said. We had a heart-to-heart and we made up. Christy Fox turned out to be a cool girl. In the evening, I came up to my parents, excited. Well, I've done my part. Are we going to the bank in the morning? My parents looked at each other and I tensed up. Something was wrong. Sorry, honey, but your account has been empty for some time now. What? Is this a joke? Are we all gonna laugh together now? Unfortunately, they were serious.
We've withdrawn money from it to buy a new car. And we went on vacation last year, remember? Your mom also needed those boots from that collection.
Oh my god, my own parents had been lying to me. It was the worst betrayal in the world. I was so disappointed in them, I couldn't even get angry. I started crying, told them I would never go on stage again, and I ran out into the street. I climbed over the fence and I started throwing stones at the window of the twins' room. How was I gonna tell them that I didn't have the money? Are you sleeping? I got up to the window and saw that they were packing.
What are you doing here?
I was just passing by, and then I climbed to the second floor by accident. And are you gonna give me a freaking hand or wait for me to fall? They helped me get on the windowsill and told me that the orphanage would be closed, and the kids would all be sent to boarding schools. But the worst thing was that some moron had decided it would be a great idea to separate the twins. We can't live without each other, so we decided to run away. I immediately realized what I had to do. It was obvious. I would run away with them. I told the twins about my parents' lies, and they agreed to take me with them. We're like the Three Musketeers. We fight the injustice of the world.
More like the Three Little Pigs.
I love you, jerks. I'm gonna go pack my things. While my parents were watching TV, I threw my clothes, sweets, and my guitar into a backpack and left. The boys were already waiting for me outside. I left my phone at home so that Mom and Dad wouldn't bother me with their calls. Goodbye. We spent the first few days in a park. We ate fast food and we washed in the fountains. It was fun, but soon we started to run out of both food and money.
We need a plan.
We're in Los Angeles. Dreams come true here. I had a guitar, so I suggested that we become street musicians. They liked the idea. Sam, by the way, I only see you as a friend, but I turned your poem into a song. Do you mind if I sing it? Sam stared at me like I was nuts.
Do you have sunstroke or something? What poem are you talking about?
What was going on? Then Mike angrily stepped on Sam's foot.
She means the love poem of yours, you idiot. Remember?
Oh, that poem. Right, of course. That was suspicious. From that day on, we started performing in city squares to earn money. There weren't as many people listening to me as there used to be, but I felt free and I enjoyed myself. Unfortunately, we kept having to run away from the cops. After all, if we were caught, the boys would have to go back to the orphanage, and I would have been sent back to my parents. We also kept seeing a suspicious guy in a stupid cowboy hat, which was odd. He came to listen to us in different parts of the city. Look, it's him again. What does he want from us? Soon, we finally got to talk to him. I was so engrossed in singing that I didn't notice the cops at first. Uh-oh, we were in for trouble.
We've been chasing these kids for a long time.
They wanted to push us into their car, but the man in the cowboy hat intervened. His name turned out to be Mr. Chow, and he introduced himself as our producer.
Hey, take it easy. You can't handcuff them. Could you imagine the scandal?
We played along. The cops believed that we were some eccentric celebrities and left us alone. That was some quick thinking. Thank you.
I'm not actually a producer, but a personal assistant to a maestro. He's always looking for new talents.
I've been watching you for a long time, and I'm sure he'll like you. Mr. Chow told us that his boss was going to be the judge at